morning, welcome in Perpetuum Mobile, this science channel for alternative physics. I have explained here the alternative physics of the forgotten things that are not taught in the school, and construct a theory of everything on the basis of the new force, the coupling law between macro and microcosm, to enable the Perpetuum mobile, which is a coupling like a motor gear of the rotor of a motor, on the dark energy force. Force is the new property inside physics, and is the intrinsic property of light, and light is force, and each object is moved by force. There are two types of forces, constrained forces and asymptotical free forces. Constrained forces are forces you give on an object, then it's moved. You force the object to do something, and in intrinsic forces is you stimulate an object, and thereby they say you help the object to get a community state inside the atomic structure, to tunnel gravity and to move under gravity on the one singularity say also on the one singularity of the gigaspace through the cosmos, whereby the moment of inertia is also increased while the velocity increases. This is why we have not problems with gravitational forces, for example, for a spaceship that accelerates very fast by asymptotical free forces. Why is external stimulation now constrained? It is now constrained because external stimulation is harmony with the object and not disharmony with the object. So what I want to explain today is for the modification of the general relativity theory, a new velocity that is has the opposite property of the Newtonian velocity, and this velocity is proportional to the distance between two objects. It is necessary to describe dark energy as a wave phenomenon, as for the linear description of the curvature of the space-time. A linear description of the curvature of the space-time is like this, while the curvature is maybe like this here by Einstein. It looks very it's like this. It remembers me a little bit on the art school. What is it? Oh, it's not okay. 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 The linear curvature of the space is like this. It is a lot of lines which describe the curvature of the space-time. It's not drawn so nice. So, when we'll see, and we have such a wave phenomena here. That's dark energy in the whole space. This is described by the two properties, verticality and horizontality. Therefore, we need two velocities. The one velocity is the Newtonian velocity. Here's set equal what I'm doing here. Oh. It's set equal the gravitational force to the force of inertia m times a here, the centrifugal force. And when we can write like this, then the velocity is g times m2 by r. R is the distance between, let's say, Sun and Earth, while the Earth turns around the Sun. It has a velocity v. Okay. So, this is proportional here to the indirect proportional to the distance. This means as slower gets the distance here, r, as higher gets the velocity. Then we have here, and this is my boundary, the velocity c, and because we are in the gigaspace, I distinguish gigaspace and daily ground structure. Daily ground structure, it is this categorization. I have to also be careful about what I say. Always, I must be sweet all the time. The thing is, okay. I distinguish between gigaspace and daily ground structure. This is my main categorization, and it's allowed to say this like this because there is the new physics of the whole complexity, let's say, of mathematics and of all the lines in the universe which are described by mathematics. A lot of people say this is not, for example, not alternative because this is physics. But it's wrong. It is for the perpetuum mobile motor. And the new thing is here that each property, what you see here in the formula, is a line, real existing line in the space, or not existing line, but a line, phenomenological. It's a natural line. This is nature. This here is nature. It is not only a formula to escape from the reality. This is nature. So, and here in the ever smallest, in the very small range of an elementary square circle with a elementary length lambda g, which is 1 equals what is the inverse of the universal force? It is root of 10 times 10 to minus 26 meter. We can derive such things by filling and emptying. For example, here we get we have the microcosm. The microcosm as a time pressure layer. The energy, we have the ever smallest here, and this is an energy. And there we have a time pressure layer. This is why it's called time pressure theory, because there are 10 time pressure layers, which are chessboards. And we can each space we can use as a time pressure layer. And here we have the verticality 10 to minus 34 meters, and here also. And the energy here is then the squares of both. It's the surface, it is 10 to minus 68 joules. And here inside moves now the object. But it's the question on the reference system here. If we have this empty value or this filled value, we can divide this, multiply this value here with the universal force, or divide it through the elementary length. And get the inverse light velocity, the analytical light velocity. And this is the inverse of the light velocity that has an object on a straight line. Out of the perspective of one singularity. This means we look from our cosmos into the parallel cosmos. One singularity, parallel cosmos, more energy, zero singularity. Here we see the light very slow, while the light here is very fast. It's a straight line, here is a curved. But here, out of this perspective, we can use, out of our perspective, this is a small compartment, and we say it's a high velocity because it stays in our reference frame. And so we have a very high frequency here with the extreme because of the light velocity. The time runs over again. But then, because to hold a little energy, we must get a very low energy. The energy mass. The mass of the microcosm. Okay. We get here microcosmic aspects with the Newtonian equation. And if we get very high distances, this curvature gets more and more in line, and we get more and more on the border of the universe. And sorry, this is wrong. This is wrong. Sorry. This is all wrong. Wait. We get more and more here the squaric aspect here. That's the problem. We get here more and more the squaric aspect. As deeper we go into the matter, this is why here the light moves here with the Newtonian equation on the very high frequency in a square circle in this direction with light velocity z, analytical light velocity. While here on the border of the universe it gets more and more a curve, very narrow, because on the border of the universe we get by scaling a big curvature. And this is the slowest light velocity with Newton. With the proportional velocity can now be used as in the opposite direction. We calculate the energy of the gravitational field, and I think I need 2 videos. I need 2 videos. Okay, I will explain in the next video how we can calculate the proportional velocity. Thank you for listening. We see us in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye.